Stories. Flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama, says the restoration of peace to Boko will be a priority if successful in the upcoming elections. Now, he says heightened tension at the area is unfortunate, especially after some calm was assured. Mr. Mahama was speaking at the Upper East Regional House of Chiefs, and he has committed to the restoration of peace in the area. Nanaya Ojima has more in the following report.
Is the chieftaincy crisis which our president talked about, and I think that it's unfortunate that this crisis has reared its head again. At the time we were in office, we had virtually calmed things. Boko was a thriving community again. People were going about their business without fear of being harmed. Unfortunately, now you cannot roam freely in Boko. Just recently, I was reading they have put the ban on riding motorcycles again in the evening. And generally, it's a period of insecurity for the people living in that area. In the night, buses are fired upon and people are killed. Sometimes when the buses are going from Boko down, they are waylaid on the Bolga-Tamale Highway, and some unknown people fire shots into the bus and injure people. These are things that we're going to make a priority when we come. We have done it before, we'll do it again. We will work hard to resolve the Boko crisis and bring peace back to Boko and surrounding areas. The second aspect of the insecurity is armed robbery. Armed robbery has become a major problem here, and it's affecting the economy of the Upper East region. You go to market days, you are coming back, armed robbers set on you, and they rob the people. We're going to mount a very strong fight against armed robbery, because you cannot have economic progress. You can't have economic progress in an environment of insecurity, and so it's imperative that we make sure that our region is safe and secure, so that people can go about their businesses without fear of being harmed or killed.
This is still the pulse here on the Journey channel. Let's speak to our correspondent, Nana Ajima, who's been traveling with the former president as he tours the country. Nana, in the last week, you've been to the Eastern and Upper East regions. Bring us up to speed on the former president's engagement.
So presently, the flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama, is in the Upper East region. Today, he's focusing his tour on Bolgatanga. So far, he's visited, or he's had two different interactions. First, he met the Upper East Regional House of Chiefs, and from there, he held a town hall meeting within town. At the meeting with the Regional House of Chiefs, one issue that became very, very relevant is the issues within Boko, that's chieftaincy disputes within Boko that has resulted in some tension within the area. And it's one of the issues that was raised by the president in charge of the Upper East Regional House of Chiefs, the Chiana Pa. What he was saying is that, according to the chief, the issue has affected the livelihood of people within Boko. So he believes that there is need for the NDC led by John Dramani Mahama to ensure that he brings lasting peace to the area. In a response, the flag bearer of the NDC assured of his willingness to do that. The flag bearer of John Mahama of the NDC recounted how his government was able to ensure that there was peace within the area under his tenure before he left he left power. So he also spoke about his willingness to ensure that armed robbery within the area is brought to its barest minimum. So there have been a lot of issues that were raised there. John Mahama also spoke about some policies he intends to implement to ensure that there's transformation within the Upper East. He spoke about the agri potential of the area and the potential of the area to also to be industrialized based on the agriculture, based on agric. That is one of the mainstays of the economy within the area. He has been speaking about the Pualogu Dam, and what he's saying is that the NDC intends to ensure that this dam is refurbished and comes in to help serve the needs of the people within the area. The town hall meetings that the former president has been holding. At these meetings, the people within the various communities are given the opportunity to have their say, which will feed into the NDC manifesto. And the people have raised a lot of concerns. One that is very important has run through all of these conversations has been the need for jobs to be provided for the teeming youth of the area. John Dramani Mahama has been outlining some of the things that the NDC administration is willing to do to ensure that there's enough jobs opportunities for the youth. Also, concerning some of the universities that have been renamed by the NPP administration or the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo administration, John Mahama said the NDC administration, if successful in staging a comeback, will ensure that these names are reversed. Rather, the people whose names have been put on these facilities will be named after halls and relevant buildings within the universities. So the John Mahama has promised to also ensure that all universities renamed by the present government, these names are reversed to its original names. And this is one of the things that the people cheered to. According to him, the NPP is not the only political party with heroes. So there is need for these names to be reversed and the names of various heroes of the country be put or placed on various buildings within the university. So these are things that the flag bearer of the NDC, John Dramani Mahama, has been emphasizing on as part of his tour of the Upper East region. Presently, he's still within Bolgatanga and he's holding another interaction with the people here. And we'll continue to stay with him and listen to the issues that will be brought up in this meeting as well.
Now, once he is on this tour, there's been there have been some national issues, and I've heard him on the electoral side. When it comes to the VAT on electricity, has he mentioned anything? Has he said anything about it so far?
So it's one of the issues that he has been particular about. He believes that the NPP administration is excessively taxing the people. Rather, government should focus on cutting government expenditure to ensure that there is enough resources to develop the country. That he believes will be better than government taxing businesses and individuals to build the country. He said that the NPP once promised to change the fortunes of the country with industrialization. So he cannot fathom why the president or the government is still relying on taxing to build this country. He says when he is voted into power, he will ensure that government expenditure is cut and invested into the right areas so that the money that is being spent on or the taxing, that excessive taxing of businesses will halt.
What has been the general reaction of the people to his messages, trying to come back to lead the country? What has been their reaction to what the former president has been putting across?
It's been very interesting in all the regions that so far we've been to. Even in the Ashanti region, the NDC flag bearer was surprised. That's what we are talking about, the stronghold of the ruling NPP and an area where the NDC hasn't been very strong in elections. John Dramani Mahama was surprised by the people who poured onto the streets of the Ashanti region, Kumasi to be specific, to support the NDC and also listen to the message that John Dramani Mahama had for them. Similar reception has been received throughout the areas or the regions that so far the NDC or the Building Ghana tour has been to. Upper East is no exception. He was well received by the people. Driving through Bolgatanga, you realize that wherever he goes, there are a lot of people who join the convoy with their motorbikes and are excited to receive him a lot of people speaking at these town hall meetings have been emphasizing on their willingness to vote and also support John Mahama to return to power, especially to save the economy, which they believe is deteriorating.
Does it sort of give the impression that, in fact, this election is a done deal for the party even before the election date? So we don't know whether it will be on 7 December or earlier.
This is too early to call, especially when there haven't been any scientific basis for my argument. The people he have been meeting hasn't been, too much of a crowd to, help in making prediction. He's been meeting small communities and people within, small towns. So it's too early to predict if, based on the reception that he has been receiving, the NDC flag bearer will be successful in his quest or his bid to stage a comeback to power through the election that will be held later this year.
Interesting. Do we know where he'll be moving to from where he is now?
He remained in the Upper East region. Unfortunately, I'm unable to give you the next stop, but I understand that from the meeting he has here, there'll be a last meeting or a last engagement for today, and he'll continue to be in the Upper East tomorrow. And from the Upper East region, he will still continue, or he will still be within the northern regions of the country. It's expected that on the 7th of February, he ends the tour of the north and move back to the Ashanti region for some few engagements. And the Building Ghana tour is still on course. It's expected that the flag bearer of the NDC will visit all regions of the country. So far, he has done a substantial amount, but there are still a few more in the region to go.
All right. Nana Juma, I'm grateful to you for joining us here. He is a man who is on that particular beat with the former president who is touring the entire country. This is still The Pulse here on the Joy News channel.